Hi, my name's Lynette Hart, and I'm here to give you the February 2025 crystal ball readings. Most of you all have met me will know that I work with my crystal ball. She's pure quartz, and her name's Poppy. And what she does, she gives me symbols and energy and things like that, which I interpret for you, whether it's a one-to-one reading or with this one, I clarify them via the zodiac signs. Okay. So, and she also gives me a generic energy for whichever month it is I'm working up. So that's, and you can see most of my daily posts and things like that on the Facebook page at Crystal Ball Readings. And that's in the description, whatever the description is in relationship to this video. Okay. So, but for legal reasons, I do legally have to say this is a form of entertainment. Anything that I say or any advice that comes out is entirely your responsibility what you do with it. Okay. And I also have to say that I am not an astrologist. Okay. I've been gifted with working with energy on many, many different levels. This is just one of the levels I work on. All right. I also, use healing energy and things like that. All right. So that's the legal stuff out of the way. So for the general energy for February 2025, she's kind of surprised me really. She gave me the energy of acceleration. I wasn't quite expecting that one. So to me, if I ever get an acceleration card or when I'm doing readings and like that, it's always about things in life moving quite quickly or unexpectedly, but it's quickly. So I would prepare for areas of your life in general to move quickly. Okay, this might just be one little area, it might be a thought pattern or whatever. But also, if it isn't a personal thing, it's just sitting back in what I call the spiritual view mode at what's going on in the world. And a lot of people say, just get out the popcorn and watch the drama. All right. Because things are moving quickly. Okay, so I think that's what she's meaning by acceleration. But it also will be for personal reasons for some people. Okay, so we start with the zodiac signs. Now, I recommend that you read through, listen to all of the video because any of you who are really into your birth natal charts will use different zodiac signs depending on where they are in your natal chart and how prominent they are. But we'll start with the Aries. All right. So the symbol she gave me for Aries was a person hugging an animal. And I thought, oh, love me animals. So animals have the greatest capacity for unconditional love. We exchange that energy with them when we hug them. Now that's worth a thought. Okay. So there's something in what's going on around you where you just need that energy, that animal guide, that animal spirit, more interaction with nature to help you back, whether it's just balancing or listening your life a little bit more or re-energizing yourself. It's something that's very important at the minute for you, Aries. Okay. So listen, also, like I said, listen and watch out for your animal spirit guides. All right. Every day I go out, I get a friendly little mopping on the gate. Usually to them because I haven't fed them. But, I like to think it's it's a spirit. But, well, that's your viewpoint. And everybody thinks differently. So for Aries, think about unconditional love with animals and with nature and what that can give you. All right. So that's for Aries. Taurus, I got waves of one density and clarity, then density and clarity. So this very much suggests to me there's areas in your life where one moment everything feels foggy, and the next minute it feels as if you've got clarity back, and then it goes back to foggy, and so you're in and out like this. This pattern of in and out in whatever area of your life it's expressing itself. It could even be thought patterns. There's a lot of that going on with most people nowadays. So the advice I would like to offer is allow the process to happen, this coming in and out of the fog and the clarity, because at the end of it, that's when the true clarity for you arrives. All right. So whatever area of their life it is indicating, because everybody has different areas that's going on for them. Taurus, you know, let the process happen and let the true clarity, which is best for you, to come through. Okay. So we move on to Gemini. Now, with this one, I had a person in thought, you know, the thinker statue. And around right to the back of it was their angel guide, their angel realm guide, I want to say, who's behind them. So the advice I'm giving here for Gemini is listen to your realm guide. This is probably somebody quite different from your own family guide and your own guardian angel, all right? Although some people might express it like that. Right, your guide is strongly around you, according to what the symbol is in Poppy here. So being in quiet mode will help this connection, and your guide is there to help. You need to listen. And I put listen with exclamation marks, and I put help with underline. That's how strong she was feeling about it. So that's for Gemini. So when you're in this thought pattern, thinking, deep in thought, your guide is around you, but specifically your realm guide, which is very different to other guides. Okay, it's a higher guide, it's a higher bond. All right, so that's for Gemini. For Cancer, I got a person looking at a shield and a sword, and then a bird starting to fly. So this very much for me felt like in one area, Cancer, you've really got to pick up your challenges and stand in your own authority. All right. So, and start to take back control of an area of your life that's out of balance. Okay. Then, like the bird, which flies off, starts to soar, start to soar in your life and get that control back. All right. So there's something around you that's even obvious that you haven't got control, or it's a subtle exchange of energy where you've given your energy away or your power away. So look to see what's going on, what area of life it's going on at, and then take back them challenges. Pick that shield and sword up, spiritually I'm meaning, and get back control. Okay, so that's for Cancer. For Leo, I got people building a mountain. Now the mountain wasn't very high. You know, I wanted to put mountain on because it looks the way it was being built, it looked very much like that. And this is very much about laying down foundations with other people to build a solid future. Okay, so this is about life foundations, basically. This could be around work, it could be around finances, family, friends, groups, communities, or a variety of these. But the important thing is you need to get life building with other people. So if you're a bit of a loner, you may need to think about putting yourself out there a bit, you know, going to groups, community events, just generally talking to people in the community. But it's about building a solid foundation for the future. Okay, so that's very much Leo, right? So for Virgo, I had to look at this quite a few times for Virgo because I thought this is a bit of a strange one, but she does this every so often. I got a parrot, and it looked like it had something in its beak, but it looked like it was on the verge of releasing it. So I couldn't make out what it was, but I don't think that was the issue, whatever it was holding in its beak. Then I got a lake, very kind of like under it. The parrot was like here, the lake was like there. So, and then I got a guide standing in the background, just the face of the guide. So I think about this one, but it's to me, it felt very much Virgo. It's time to release the emotions that are blocking you from speaking your truth. Okay. Your own words. And I've put own when I wrote it down in capital letters and underlined it. are important now, all right? Not the recycled words of others. So digest that one again. So stop you from blocking your own truth. Your own words are important now, not the recycled words of others. So listen to your guides to help you heal and release to find your own narrative and stop mimicking others. All right. We're very good at doing this. We pick it up as we go along. We pick it up as we from birth. We pick it up from past lives and things like this. So it can be quite a bit of quagmire trying to find out where exactly it's coming from, unless it's an obvious somebody putting words into your mouth. It can be quite a bit, but you're being encouraged now to speak your own truth and release. All right. So that's for Virgo. For Libra, I got crossroads. They were like that, right? Not like an obvious crossroad like you see on a road, but there was a dense energy above it and below it. Okay, so to me, it felt it was for Libra. It was important to make decisions that are for you and your best interest. Otherwise, you may end up feeling stuck or trapped with a decision that really isn't for your best interest. Okay, so are you feeling like that at the moment? Can you make a clear decision and break free? Because otherwise, this crossroad, you're going to keep constantly coming back to it. Stuck, 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 and you're stuck between these dense energies. If you don't do what's right for you in your best interest, these dense energies won't move. So think about where in your life you're feeling a bit stuck, all right? Or you've got a decision to make. Make what's right for you, okay? So that's for Libra. And that, to be honest, Libra, that could be something as simple as you've decided to start doing healthier eating, and all your mates are going out for something that isn't quite as healthy, and you know you're probably going to feel guilty and suffer and feel stuck. Do you just take that hit, or do you stand your ground? All right. So it could be something really simple like that, or it could be something a little bit more life-changing. Okay. Now, for Scorpio, she does regularly give me what I call a symbol, what I call directional change. And it's basically I was going in either direction. But the stronger it is, the stronger you've got like what I call spirit energy around it. So these are just strong directional changes. So this is kind of what she was putting in here for Scorpio. So at least in one area of life, you need to prepare for changes in your, I want to say, routine and life patterns. All right. Now, this could be as simple as a new route to work, or going on a holiday or a short break, career change, etc. Because every time you make a change from your normal pattern, it creates a fresh energy into your life. Because when we do everything regularly, the energy can get a bit stagnant. You know, it doesn't take a lot. Sometimes a little bit decluttering can help as well to break that energy down. And it allowed these directional changes to come in, but you've got to help it. All right. So think about what needs changing. All right, Scorpio. So for Sagittarius, she gave me a bird nest. All right. And then there was some realm colours around it, which are what I call spiritual colours. They're kind of like rainbow colours, but they're not, you know. But that's how I refer to them. So this to me was very much about new ideas I created, laying down and nurturing these ideas, and also then getting ready to fly the nest. When you think about what happens in a bird's nest, you get the picture of what's going out. The legs, you know, the egg's got to be laid, and then other stuff goes on before that, and then it's got to be nurtured, and then it's ready to fly the nest. So this this is saying to me new opportunities here for you, Sagittarius, but you've got to do a lot of nurturing before you get there. All right. And it also could indicate someone flying the nest. That tends to come up a bit more regular when like there's a child leaving home for whatever, for whatever reason, or setting up on their own in life. That tends to be the generalized area when she gives me this sign. Okay. So listen to your guides. Be creative in how you approach and nurture your ideas. So Sagittarius, get creative. Capricorn, it took a while for me to get this one because it was a bit of an odd one. It was the way it was kind of coming through to me. But it showed a frog leaping out of a pond. All right. Normally you get frogs that she symbolizes frogs leaping in, and that creates a ripple for change and freshness coming in. But with this one, the frog was leaping out. And there was a good energy to the side of it. It was a nice little blob of pure energy inside of it. So it very, very much like for me, Capricorn, are you prepared or preparing to take a risk with something? I put risk in inverted commas because, everybody takes risk. A risk for one person could be getting out the front door. A risk for another person maybe going up Mount Everest. It's different for different people. So are you prepared or preparing to take a risk with something? Are you ready to trust in the unknown? Because every time you take a risk, there's an unknown element. Okay. These are questions you need to peruse. Due to a good energy from spirit near the frog, this seems that the spirit guides are encouraging you to trust in yourself and the great mystery of the unknown. Because sometimes in life we kind of like know what our goal might be, and we're here, but then we set down that goal when we don't really know how we're going to get to that goal. It's just going by each day and trusting that if that goal is the right thing for us, we will be supported and it will happen somehow. Okay, it might be a bit detours around the houses and things like that, but that's life. So, are you prepared to take a risk? Are you prepared to be that frog that's leaping out of the pond and not knowing where it's going to land? That's for Capricorn. Think about it. Aquarius. Right, I've got a trees growing out of a rock. All right. Now, this tends to signify there's growth in your life or coming into your life after a lot of the challenging times. All right. So if you've been through a bit of a rough time in various areas, Aquarius, life is finding its growth back. All right, for you. It's finding a way forward somehow. It might be in a different way to what you used to, but it's there. So the symbolism from here from Poppy is stay strong and look for opportunities that need investigating for growth. Okay. Yeah. So whatever's been going on, it could be some trauma that happened years ago that you're having to face again, or it could be some fresh challenges, or a bit of both. But the trees are starting to grow out of the rock. Right, you just got to stay strong and investigate. Okay, so that's for Aquarius. For Pisces, she gave me the steps of life. All right. And currently the person is looking halfway up the steps of life. Okay, and the person on the steps of life can be at the top, it can be at the bottom as they're starting off in life and that type of thing. But in this symbolism for Pisces for February 2025, it looks like they're halfway up. All right. So this indicates to me a steady progress in one area of your life. All right. The feeling of energy is more about the tortoise energy rather than the hare. If everybody's heard the fable of the tortoise and the hare running a race. So you want to be more tortoise. If you'd have been more hare, you need to look at it. All right. Maybe need to step back and be a bit steadier. So steady growth is more successful for you at the moment. So that's the Pisces. So that's an interesting one for you to think about in whatever area of your life it's concerning. And so that's all the actual zodiac signs. There's obviously a lot of movement in energy this month, dense energy, light energy, clearing energy. And that tends to be the general pattern, I think, of most people who are on a spiritual pathway at the minute. And the feeling the energy is more and responding to them, and the energy's coming in from the cosmos and things like that. We're all upgrading. So it does create these repeated episodes of having to do that clearing and choices and things like that. But that's part of what's going on general globally. You know, they're exposing the shadows, and we have to work with them shadows and find out how we're best to move forward, whether they're personal shadows or global shadows. That's generally what's going on. So I hope you've enjoyed my crystal ball readings. You can always subscribe to whichever channel you're viewing this on, and I will see you next month for March. Bye for now. Take care.